This is the book of Sirach 12, verse 10. I'm going to read it. Sirach 12, verse 10. It says, "Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away." Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to you brothers pushing his word in truth and in sincerity. All right, I brought this video out because this is going to go into the topic that I wanted to bring out this information. Okay, as you can see, man, Esau Edom is moving. All right, he's always occupied in doing wickedness. All right, scriptures say it is a sport. Let me see. Let's get these scriptures out the way real quick, and we'll bring some more out. But it's a sport for him to do wickedness. Let's see. Sport to do mischief. Let's see. Okay, well, this is the scripture I just quoted, Proverbs 10 and 23. It says, "It is a sport to a fool to do mischief, but a man of understanding hath wisdom. But a man of understanding hath wisdom." All right, Esau is the foolish, like it says in the book of Job, the 30. They were children of fools, children of base men. All right. Let me see. What is that other scripture? See if this comes up. Yeah, Proverbs 4. Let's see what 15 says. Matter of fact, I started Proverbs 4 and 14. It says, Proverbs 4 and 14, it says, "Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. For they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence." Okay, and these Edomites, they are practicing wickedness. We see those fires going on. Please believe there's a bigger agenda to it. Now, I ran across this information that I wanted to bring out, and it seems as though they're playing the people on these things. This is called the Cloward / Piven strategy. All right, Cloward / Piven strategy, which this comes from two individuals, which one is a sociologist and one is a political activist. It says the Cloward Piven strategy is a political strategy outlined in 1966 by American sociologists and political activists Richard Cloward and Francis Fox Piven. It says the strategy aims to utilize militant anti-poverty groups to facilitate a political crisis by overloading the welfare system via an increase in welfare claims, forcing the creation of a system of guaranteed minimum income, and redistributing income through the federal government. Now, if anything, it sounds like order out of chaos or Hegelian dialectic to me. All right, create the problem and bring in the solution. In particular, the solution is more centralized power to the federal government. All right, and with these crises coming down the pipe, starting with this 2020, you're going to see this is going to be a year of many, many crises. All right, you already see crises starting to take place. All right, and let's go into the word crisis since I'm saying that. But you already see crises taking place. All right, on many levels. You have this fire going on, which people are saying is synonymous or similar to the fires that happen in Maui, and it's a land grab. Now, many of those people don't have fire insurance because the insurance companies pulled out of that area as far as giving people insurance policies that cover fire. All right. Now, what happens is that land is very valuable. All right, and that land is going to be brought by Wall Street investors. You know, you got BlackRock, you got all of these investors that will come in and buy those lands, pennies on a dollar, and they have the funds to redevelop it while people lost everything. All right, there was a Jake on there, and he said he lost everything. A lot of those people just left, and they thought that the fire was going to be contained, and they come back to nothing. So the word for crisis, decisive point in the progress of a disease, also vitally important or decisive state of things, point at which change must come for better or worse, from Latinized form of Greek crisis, turning point in a disease, that change which indicates recovery or death. It says down here, it says literally judgment, result of a trial selection from crinin to separate, decide, judge. All right, down here it says to sieve, thus discriminate, distinguish. All right, there's going to be a series of decisive points in the progress of a disease. All right. Going back to the Cloward and Piven strategy, down here it says Cloward and Piven were both professors at the Columbia University School of Social Work. The strategy was outlined in May 1966. Article in the liberal magazine, The Nation, titled "The Weight of the Poor, a Strategy to End Poverty." But did they end poverty? Or what they did? Now the strategy says Cloward and Piven's article is focused on compelling the Democratic Party, which in 1966 controlled the presidency and both houses of the United States Congress, to redistribute income to help the poor. They stated the full enrollment of those eligible for welfare would produce bureaucratic disruption in welfare agencies and physical disruptions in local and state governments that would deepen existing divisions among elements in the big city Democratic coalition. The remaining white middle class, the working class ethnic groups, and the growing minority poor, to avoid a further weakening of that historical coalition. A national democratic administration would be constrained to advance a federal solution to poverty that will override local welfare failures, local class and racial conflicts, and local revenue dilemmas. They further wrote the ultimate objective of this strategy to wipe out poverty by establishing a guaranteed annual income will be questioned by some because the ideal of individual social and economic mobility has deep roots. Even activists seem reluctant to call for national programs to eliminate poverty by the outright redistribution of income. But what they want to do is they want to create a global system, which this is going to come by way of the MOTB. And this is the agenda of the World Economic Forum. All right. Now, this is the impacts of the strategy. It says, in papers published in 1971 and 1977, Cloward and Piven argued that mass unrest in the United States, especially between 1964 and 1969, did lead to a massive expansion of welfare rolls, though not to the guaranteed income program that they had hoped for. Political scientist Robert Albritton disagreed, writing in 1979 that the data did not support this thesis. He offered an alternative explanation for the rise in the welfare caseloads. In his 2006 book, Winning the Race, political commentator John McWhorter attributed the rise in the welfare state after the 1960s to the Cloward and Piven strategy, but wrote about it negatively, stating that the strategy created generations of black people, Israelites, for whom working for a living is an abstraction. According to historian Robert E. Weir, in 2007, although the strategy helped to boost recipient numbers between 1966 and 1975, the revolution its proponents envisioned never transpired. All right, but we're in the time now that they have to have a solution for the people that are out here suffering, because there's going to be riots in these streets. All right. Let me see. I want to go to the book of. Yeah, I want to go to the book of Psalm 64. Psalm 64 and 2, it says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, because they have counsels. All right. It says, from the insurrection, from the uprising of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongues like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. All right, so they have these professors. They write these theses and these essays, and they're able to practice it. Matter of fact, let's go to the book of Micah. See, this man has the power, man. The Most High have given him the power. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Micah 2 and 1, it says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hands. And that's the top elite bankers, all right? And these lower level luminaries, whether they be in politics, they work in the political theater, all right? They work in the private sector as CEOs, because they go back and forth. They go from CEOs to the private sector. I mean, they go from the private sector to the political seats, and back to the political seats to the private sector. And then they go into academia, all right? They're in the judicial system, all right? And they have power to write legislation and bring it to pass. That's the power that they have, all right? But I just wanted to bring out this, that strategy. It goes back, and it seems like it's coming into fruition. All right, it's coming to pass in these times. All right, that MOTB is going to be that centralized system that's created, all right, in which everybody's going to be tracked. Everybody has to participate in it, and you'll have your provisions, all right, and it's going to be done through these crises that's taking place, all right, because people out here suffering. You have mass evacuations from one area to another, with these people in California and Los Angeles area. All right, and there's going to be more. You had Hurricane Helene, those people, just one thing after another, whether it be natural event, attacks, whatever. We're in those times. All right. So with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Akakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutation to you brothers pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Until the next video, shalom.